No matter how hard you believe, it doesn't make it true. It's a tough lesson I learned, but a good lesson to learn. And I learned it when I deconstructed from the faith. You see, people believe things wholeheartedly with all their soul, all their might, but it doesn't necessarily make it true. Yeah, an example would be in my life. People have come up and maybe they've said to me, "Hey, remember when we were at that game together and we did that?" And I'm like, "I've never been to that. I've never seen that team play. I've never gone to that game. I was never there with you." And they swear up and down I was next to them. We were having a great time. And I'm like, "No, never been there. Wasn't a thing." Actually, when that game happened, I was in a different area of town, different state, different city. Couldn't have been at that game. Maybe I was at a wedding somewhere else or something like that. And they swear up and down, no matter how hard they believe, they think it's true. I've had people tell me, when I've asked them about something that didn't get done at work or something like that, that wasn't the case. I did it. I did it all. And I'm like, well, I had to actually shut down this stuff, turn these things off, do whatever in the morning when I got in, so just, and they swear up and down that they did it. They believe it to be true. And it's not. In legal system, you might have an accident and 5 people are there that witnessed it. And it's known to be that 5 people have their truths that they state that as an eyewitness testimony, this is what happened, but they all differ. See, that's just life. That's how people get around. Things aren't necessarily true. So the lesson that I learned was, and it's very valid for me, is that when people are coming up and trying to tell me what the truth is, I've had people come up and say, "This is my experience with Jesus and God," or "You never really knew, and we're in the church. You didn't know the love that God has. You didn't go to the right church. You never truly believed." They don't know my truth. They don't know what I did. They just know their experience. It brought something to them. It brought some sort of benefit, enlightenment, goodwill in their life or whatever. But that's their truth. That's their experience. It doesn't make it true for everyone. I could have lived the same thing, seen the same things they had the same things happen, but it doesn't necessarily make it's going to be true to me and make this revelation of God or Christ or whatever be true. It's their experience. And when we can realize this and can actually admit that not everything can be true, it's my perception, it's my experience, it's what I feel to be true, then you can go through life, and when people start telling you about the dreams they had or the visions that they've had, but they sat next to Christ and saw him personally, you can say, "That's excellent for you. And if I had something like that, I'd probably believe just as hard as you would. But unfortunately, I haven't. So for whatever reason, God hasn't revealed himself so clearly to me. So I'm not going to believe what you believe in to be this God that's around and coming to you. That's your experience. You go with that. Go with God with that. Don't force it on me." And people that can realize this and understand one simple lesson from this is you don't have to be right. And I think that's the biggest problem, is these people that want to force their truth, their experience, what they've seen, what they've created in their own minds to be truth, and force it on you to be your truth also, because they have to be right. Their whole life depends on them being correct. They're building everything up, everything they work for, their whole identity, what they've sacrificed and pushed for. If it falls apart, then what was it all for? If I sacrificed everything I had for God and gave it to him, what was it all for if it's not true? So I need to make other people agree. It makes me feel better. It makes me come along and feel like I'm even more true because everyone is agreeing with me. The thing is when I realized that not everything is true, I also realized another big lesson. I don't have to be right. And the people that understand that they don't have to be right all the time, they just want to learn and get along, them's my people, because they won't force anything on me. They're willing to listen, and they may discount what I have to say. They may take some of what I have to say and put that into their experience also. But they're open-minded, and they're willing to listen and willing to learn, just like I am now, because I know I don't have all the right answers. I don't have all the absolute truths, but I'm willing to look and search for it because I don't know the truth and I don't have to be right.